The following is an audio description of the TD-9 components on the top, rear panels, and the jack panel. On the top face of the TD-9 is the USB connection, where you insert your USB memory keycard. The front panel of the Roland TD-9 is separated into 3 columns. The center column has a ridge on the left and right side, separating it from the left and right edge button arrays. The left column contains 6 buttons. The top button is the power. Down a space are 2 buttons close together. They are the quick record button. You use this to record your playing. The next button below it is the quick play button to play back what you recorded. Below that, by a space, are 3 more buttons. The top button is the mute button. When a song is playing back, use this button to mute or silence a drum part. Below it is the song button. Press this to play back a song or access song-related settings. The song screen appears. Below that is the play and stop button. Press this to play back or stop a song. The center column, as you feel your way down, you first touch a screen. Then 3 buttons side by side. They are called F1, F2, and F3. The function of these buttons will change depending on the screen that is displayed. The function name for each button is displayed at the bottom of the screen. Below those 3 are the cursor buttons, set in a circle, 4 buttons. An up arrow, a right arrow, a down arrow, and a left arrow. Use these buttons to move the cursor in the screen, also used as function buttons when selecting a pad or playing back a song. Below those are 2 buttons, the plus and minus. Use these buttons to switch drum kits or to edit a value. Pressing the plus increases the value, pressing the minus button decreases it. And the last button is the value dial. This dial has the same function as plus and minus buttons. Use the dial when you want to quickly change drum kit or value in large steps. The right-hand column, the first thing you feel is the volume knob. Below that, by a space, are 3 buttons together. The setup button is the first one. Use this button to make settings that affect the entire TD-9, such as MIDI, triggering, pad sensitivity, etc. The next button is the exit button. Each time you press this button, you return to the screen of the previous level. Pressing it several times will take you to the drum kit screen. Below that is the shift button. Used in conjunction with other buttons while holding it, the functions of other buttons will change. Below that, on the right-hand column of the TD-9 by 1 space, are the last 3 buttons. The click tempo button. This starts a metronome. Holding this button while holding down the shift button, you can edit various parameters related to tempo and click. Below that is the scope button. This activates the scope function, allowing you to view your timing on the screen. And the button below that is the kit button. Press this to access the basic kit screen, ideal when playing just the TD-9. Below the value dial, on the bottom face of the TD-9, is the 1/4-inch headphone jack. Turning the TD-9 over to the back side, the first thing you feel is the trigger input connector. Connecting the special cable connects the pads and pedals to the TD-9. The next is a security slot. Below that is the sound module mounting plate attachment holes. Attach the included sound module mounting plate here so that you can attach a TD-9 to your drum stand. Beside that is the cable hook, used to secure the AC adapter cable. On the right-hand side is the jack panel. There are 8 slots to use with a Phillips head screw on each of the left and right sides of the back. As you touch your way across the back, the first thing you feel is the Phillips head screw. The next is the DC in jack. Connect the included AC adapter here. Following the DC in jack are the output jacks. The right output is on the left. The left output is on the right. All the sounds of the TD-9 are output here, used for connecting to an amp or other external audio equipment. If you're working in mono, use only the left mono jack. The 4th hole is the mix-in jack, for connecting an external audio source such as an MP3 or CD players. All sound input here is also sent from the output and phone jacks. To adjust the volume, use the controls of the external device connected to the mix-in. That is an 1/8-inch jack. The next slot is the MIDI out or through connector. Use this when you want to use the pads to play external MIDI sound sources or for recording with sequencers. The following jack is the MIDI in connector. Use this for triggering sounds in the TD-9 via a MIDI sequencer or pad controller. The next two holes are 1/4-inch inputs for triggers. The one on the left is the auxiliary. The one on the right is crash number 2. You use these jacks to add more pads. That is a complete rundown of the TD-9 components on the top, rear panels, and the jack panel. Thank you.